Hi everybody, Catherine Perry here, and we have a lot of folks who will ask us the question in the practitioner course, where do we begin with the client? And really, how do we use those 6 structures of belief? We went through the papers, we've had all the class exercises, but there's still that moment that you have a live client right in front of you and you think, golly, I don't know where to begin, but I really don't know where I want to take the client. And how would I know if they're having a successful session? And just how does that all work together? And I just want to start with this idea that if you'll recall in the practitioner course, we always teach that the client already has the solution, that we come from the standpoint that every one of us are already masters, and that the client has the answer within them too, but they have some idea based on programming or belief or some inner argument that's stopping them from connecting into that greatness inside of them. My job as a practitioner or coach is to be in relationship with them and listen to them, and I'm listening for the clues for 2 things. I'm listening for some ways that they're stopping themselves, but also, because I know that the answer is already within them, I'm looking for the solution. And in the One Command Practitioner course, when we take people through the 6 structures of belief, first we're finding out what their current situation is. Then we are finding out, was there a time that they had a success? And then we are simply taking all of those resources, all those positive feelings, and we're moving them forward. Now we start to uncover their beliefs also using the 6 structures, and I have it kind of laid out on the board here, that I have a cheat sheet that I've designed for everyone, and it has environment, behavior, beliefs and values, capabilities, identity, and spirituality. I have a little note down here, this is poorly written. Then I have a little note here that's the overall feeling. I've got my split here that's negative and positive, and I'm looking for the most resourceful state. Where I want the client to be at the end of this is 1, open to a greater possibility, feeling confident and knowing that they can move forward, that there is a solution. I don't have the solution, they do. I want them to feel calm, confident, and be able to have an idea of what their next steps could be. And they are able to do that because I'm quieting their fears, their anxiety, and I'm stopping the negative programming that's running. Then, it's not enough to have 1 session. I need to prepare them for the next level and where they need to go to next. But how could I know where to take them next unless I know where it is ultimately where they want to be? Ultimately, I want them to be at where their hope, wish, and desire is. I want them, if they have a dream of being in business for themselves and feeling good and have a sense of well-being and empowerment, then I want to get clues about what that is, how they know they're having that experience, and I stay with them until, on every level of their being, that their environment reflects it, all of their relationships show that their behaviors are supporting it, that they have a strong sense of internal capability, and their core identity is that of being a success, and they feel connected to the big picture, and they feel the support of the whole world. That's where I'm taking them. And all I'm doing is looking for clues along the way for what might be stopping them. Now the clues I look for have to do with ways that they are repeating their story. There's particular words that stand out, and I'm also looking for things that they might use in metaphor, trigger words. So someone might say, every time that switch is flipped, well, I'm going to grab a hold of that because that's a very strong metaphor, and I'm going to follow that and find out where that metaphor leads me. So just watch how I work with a client one-on-one, and we have our sweet Ruby, who is sweet enough, Ruby Lee. So thank you so much for being a volunteer. And we're going to go all the way through a 1 command session. And we have only talked briefly about the topic, about what it is that she wants to address. So I'm going to be meeting Ruby in this session as if we've never met before and finding out a little bit about her. what I'm going to be doing with the board is writing down what my notepad would look like if I were talking to her. Now, my notes are not detailed, long word notes. What you're going to be seeing me write out are exactly what my personal notes look like when I work with someone. Okay, so let's begin. All right, Ruby, so thanks for being with us. And what brings you in today? What is it that you'd like to change, remove, or improve?
I feel guided to give presentations in more of a speaking, singing program, and those could be addressed to churches or women's groups or recovery groups or to the ladies auxiliary, I guess, or just about any place.
Okay.
Because usually, in my subject has more to do with like recovery or overcoming. I guess I don't know why I said recovery, but it would be more about overcoming loss and experiences in their life. Because especially now and what's happening in the world today, so many people are without jobs. They've lost a loved one, for instance, so they're dealing with loss of a close family member,
Okay.
loss of money,
Okay.
loss of jobs,
All right.
losing their house,
Okay.
repossessions, medical bills, loss of health, all of those. In going into a group of a dozen people, half of the group's going to be experiencing something like that.
Okay. Well, that's a universal thing that we all have experienced loss. So what are you doing right now?
Toward that subject?
Well, I mean, you're wanting to sing and take this message of hope out to people who have experienced a lot of loss, and you've talked about different kinds of groups. Are you doing any singing right now?
No.
No. Okay. And in the past, have you been a singer?
Yes.
Okay.
I sing and I play piano, and I decided that I didn't know enough, which is a pattern. I thought, well, in order for me to go out and sing and to know how to combine my singing with what I had to say, I felt like, well, I need to learn how to transpose my music. So if I just wanted to sit down at the piano and play a song, my voice seems like it's gotten a little bit lower, and I thought, well, if I could transpose, then I could just sit down and play for myself.
But had you ever done any professional singing before, or ever been out in front of groups singing?
Yes, in church and school and community, like that.
And was that something you did for free, or did you earn money doing that?
Mostly for free, just especially like the churches and all. It's been mostly free.
Like little love donations or tithes? Or...
Sometimes, yeah.
Okay.
Sometimes. At weddings, I usually got paid for weddings and funerals, but
Like 100 or 200 here?
yeah.
Okay. And this singing that you're wanting to do for the different groups, is this something that you want to earn your living at, or is
Yes.
this, okay.
Yes. Well, I just feel like this is what I'm supposed to do, and since it's like guidance, that's what I really feel strongly about, and in my heart, I feel like from my experiences, I can help other people.
Okay.
So, I enrolled in college thinking that I needed to learn more about music theory, and but it's just been another sidetrack. And
Did it
it's
have
actually,
anything to do with actually singing and using your
Yes.
gifts? Okay. So you had this feeling that you're not smart enough, so you better get some
I have to
education.
learn more.
And I have to learn more, I'm not good enough. You've done singing in the past, but it's never been for a living. It was
Right.
more of like, seems like it was part of more of your spiritual
right.
expression rather than a professional expression. But now you're having this spiritual guidance
Yes.
to do the singing
Right.
in a bigger scale.
Right.
And in order to do that, you need to be able to earn your living doing that.
Yes, and if I were speaking in churches and doing a whole program and tying the songs into my message, then I would be paid either a stipend or